Hi everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel back with Thorn for the Villain, reincarnated as an extra in an Otome game. We are back, and right now it is at the moment where Lady Von Ambrose, aka Chantal, is being asked for her hand in marriage to I think he's a Count Brillhart, the guy on the right. But when we met Count Brillhart slash Vicenzo at the ball, the Crown Prince's ball the other day, or other week rather, he let us know that he's involved with Snare. So I don't know what his angle is here. And previously we have tried to object the marriage proposals, so now we have something along the lines of a short-term kind of trial period of being engaged. Which again, I don't understand why we can't just be like courting or something, but whatever. That's the way it goes. On the left is our lovely twin brother, Eric, who is, wiggling his eyebrow right now because he's mad, probably. I can't remember exactly what just happened right before this, but we are currently here. I stare at him, but I couldn't figure out what he was thinking beneath that smile. Me and you both, girl. Ugh, I sure wish I'm not falling for another trap here. Prospects are bad. I already fell for it before. But he did give me favorable conditions. Fine then, I say as my brother looks at me with shocked eyes. I'll participate in your trial engagement. Splendid! With the little flowers. He seems very happy. He clapped his hands together. Then, Count von Ambrose. He held his hand out to the man. I'll be taking care of your daughter until the end of our trial. My brother looks concerned. Thank you for the concern, brother. The old man sighed before accepting his hand and nodded. This is extremely unprecedented, but I thank you for your kind understanding and patience. Likewise, I hope the two of you will get along. Oh, why don't you get engaged with my old man instead? I love the internal monologue, and we get to see it on the character sprite. Or like, the little bubble. It's fun. I folded my arms. Just as my new fiancé turned to my side, so I immediately put them down on my lap. In that case, may I take Lady Chantal for a walk in your garden for a bit? Eh? Now? I don't see a reason to refuse. It would be best for yourselves to get to know each other. But you go on ahead. I'll talk to my daughter for a moment. Thank you. Thank you, Count von Ambrose. Hey, shouldn't you be asking me instead? Probably. Then, I'll be seeing you outside. He smiled and nodded at me before walking out of the room. Eric, please attend to your duties. I'd like to speak with your sister in private. Eric got up and bowed, but before leaving, he whispered into my ear. Bad luck. Thanks, I guess. I appreciate your help. I thought as I watched him leave me with the old man. Here we go. Chantal. Yes, father. I faked my smile for him. He sighed. I'll let you off for the attitude you showed earlier. So you should be thankful to Count Brillhart. Yes, father. Cue another fake smile. I'm leaving you be with your fiancé, so you better behave. I know you've caused your fair share of trouble, all of which I've turned a blind eye to. But don't mess this one up. Count Brillhart is a surprisingly decent marriage partner for you. If this engagement falls through, well, you have a proposal lined up from the old Baron Francois.
Yes, father. Isn't that womanizing old man thrice my age? Ugh. This sham of a father is more like my boss from work, rather than a father. I continue to just smile and nod obediently. Everything I say falls on deaf ears anyway.
I'm expecting good word about you from the Count. Now, off you go, and don't embarrass our family name any further.
I nodded and left him promptly. Brillhart actually waited for me at the entrance and then asked me to show him around. I didn't know much about the garden, so we just ended up walking aimlessly.
Your garden looks awfully similar to the palace garden, and my own, in fact. Or maybe I just couldn't tell them apart. I won't pretend that I'm a connoisseur for flowers. In fact, I know nothing about them. My father does enjoy them, but he rarely leaves the estate these days. Okay.
How is he prattling on by himself? Ugh. I stopped in my tracks and sighed exasperately. You can keep talking, but I don't appreciate what you did back there. He paused as well and turned toward me.
I'll be blunt.
Look, I don't know what you're after. I already paid in full, and I don't think I broke any of your terms and conditions. Did I? If I did, just tell me, and let's fix that. I know I'm stepping on a landmine here. But if they're really just after my blessings, then they could just have abducted me. And I'd like to bet on that.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I admit I used your father so that I can force my way to you. That must have scared you, but I'm glad that you accepted my proposal.
I blinked.
What? Is he apologizing? I can be spontaneous sometimes, so do forgive me if I end up crossing a line. And if I do, please don't be afraid to tell me. Okay. Question mark? Who are you? What is the motive here?
No. No. I shouldn't fall for this easily.
That's right, poker face. Game face on.
He's just trying to derail the conversation. You still hadn't answered my question, I said bluntly.
Oh, yes.
He pounded his hand onto his palm as if just realizing that now. Is he just acting like an airhead? Or is he actually one?
Don't worry. Don't worry. This has nothing to do with our contract.
He replied rather cheerfully. Our transaction with you is clear and complete.
We have no intention to cause you any harm.
Then what is your intention?
Let's just say our purpose is to observe.
That's strange. If they just wanted to watch me, he didn't have to go through all of these lengths of proposing. But I don't think I can dig any deeper than that. So you just want to observe me? For a month?
Correct. No hidden agendas? Depends on how you define that.
At least he didn't straight up lie. Can I get compensated for this? I'll get some flack from my father for breaking off the engagement at the end, you know.
You do have a point there.
Hell yeah, I do.
In that case, we'll provide you with enough remuneration for you to live out on your own. Really? I almost jolted. Of course, they'd know about that. I shouldn't forget this reach that Snare has. I've been running. I've been planning to run away from home at some point, but I'm still lacking in money right now, especially after paying Snare to get rid of Duke Pendleton. I've avoided the looming bad ending for everyone else, but that doesn't mean I've avoided the fate of Eric's sister. Cold sweat ran down my back, but I tried my best to not let Brillheart notice that I was startled. I just need to endure this for a month, and I shouldn't let my guard down. Of course, if you'd like to continue our engagement after the trial period, I wouldn't mind. Yes, yes, blink your pink sapphire eyes at me. What? What? No! So you are capable of making an expression. I wouldn't mind having you honestly express yourself, you know? It's you that I'd rather not show emotions to, you know? That said, wouldn't keeping our engagement solve the problem with your father? And that way, your reputation wouldn't have to suffer from the breakup. You wouldn't have to run away or fend for yourself either. I can take care of you myself. When did I ever care for my reputation? Good point. Anyway, I jest. Oh, so it's all a joke. Well, then, if that is all, I'll see you next time, my fiancé. He bowed his head, brought out a muffin? Wait, where'd that come from? And then he started munching on it and left me while humming. Wow, that's fun. I like the little movement, the little animation we get. What the hell? I sure hope I picked the right choice. I don't know. My shoulders sagged in exhaustion. I wish I could just run away from whatever plot was developing here. Oh.
Chantal, dear, congratulations!
Hello, my bestie Estella. Estella wrapped her arms around me as I approached to greet them. Yeah. 2 days had passed since the storm that was Brillheart came along. I hadn't heard from him since, so I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. 28 days to go, then I'm free. Probably. You weren't forced into this, were you? Oh, Henry, bestie, you were concerned. Henry stepped forward as Estella released me from her hug. Yeah, I really like the little animations, like the little movements. It's really fun. It's complicated. I forced a smile. Why don't we take a seat first? I prepared tea and sweets for everyone, I said, welcoming them into our garden. Aw, cute, they're at the table. Eric told you, didn't he? I said in deadpan as the butler poured our tea.
Well, yes. He passed by my place yesterday and informed me of the news, although he had to leave immediately, so he did not further elaborate. Have you any idea how it felt to suddenly have such news dropped on us, with no context?
Henry raised a hand. Yes, Henry? Estella then dragged me on the way here. Ah, classic Henry. I took a sip from my cup. The tea was nice and freshly brewed, though I'd rather really go for some milk tea right now. 20 years, and I still yearn for boba. Cry, cry.
That said,
she clapped her hands together gleefully. Estella has that look like she's ready to hear all the gossip, all the details, with no one to spare.
Congratulations again on your engagement. Come on now, give us the details.
All the sparkles.
Whatever happened that night? You just left us after the party without elaborating. And then, only barely over 2 weeks later, you are suddenly engaged with a young gentleman. Ooh, this is like a romance novel in the making. You cannot possibly leave us in the dark now, no?
Oh man, where do I even start? I don't want Estella to worry or get her and Henry involved in this. That was the whole point of my intervention. Nothing happened. We just talked. He asked me something that night, and then we said our goodbyes. I took a piece of cookie on the table and munched on it. So good. He did say that it was love at first sight. Although that was complete and utter BS. Estella's like hanging on every word. I quickly give Estella a glance. Her eyes were sparkling.
Oh, how romantic!
I know it isn't uncommon for people to suddenly become engaged. At least in this world, yes. And not to judge your fiancé, but I have a strange feeling about him. Do you, Henry Bestie? Please do tell some more. Don't let your guard down. Just tell us if he ever troubles you. Oh, the friendship. It hurts me because it's so good. Oh, I love it. Besties for life.
His intuition is spot on. Scary. I smiled and nodded in response. Then I took a macaron from the platter.
Yum.
Oh, Henry dear, you aren't jealous, are you?
I almost spat out my snack. How could you ask that to your own fiancé? No. Why? We are already engaged. Yeah, Henry likes you, Estella. Estella's shocked. You guys are so cute. Ah, yes, that blunt nonchalance. I do like that about you.
You should learn to think before you speak.
But I do. I'd just rather not mislead someone.
Who?
You! Aren't you two engaged?
Well, I guess it's more complicated than that. Henry had only ever been close to two noble ladies, me and Estella. Since he's the heir to the Valcourt Duchy, there's pressure on him to find a fiancé for as soon as possible. So his father decided to choose between one of his two friends. And since he actually does like Estella, I decided to conspire with his father to just get them together while I back off.
Oh, you conspired with his father? How fun. A little romance scheme going on. I love it.
Estella wasn't against it either, since her engagement acted as a shield from other proposals. On the downside, here we are.
There, Henry. Such is the curse of the dense protagonist. Oh, Estella. Love you, bestie. Should I help them out? Yeah. Why not? A little push couldn't hurt. You know what? I am a romance meddler in IRL also. Not that the opportunity comes to me all the time, but when it does, I do like helping if I can. It's not really meddling.
Enough about me. You keep asking about me, but what about you, Estella? How are you and Henry doing? Us? Henry gave me a quick glance as if saying thanks.
I got you, Henry. I gave him a mental thumbs up.
But you should really just confess your feelings already. As far as Estella knows, they're just together for a political marriage, helping each other out and all. It's frustrating, but Henry had been having trouble admitting his feelings. But I can't fault them, because this is just how Otome is. But I can't fault them, because this is just how Otome is. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of invisible Otogi force that's been dragging the relationship like this. Like when Henry's about to confess, and suddenly someone would interrupt. I couldn't count the number of times that happened. Let's see. Well, I'd certainly rather be engaged with Henry rather than some man I barely know. Best of all, I get to use him as a shield from the other men who try to approach me. Estella grabbed her teacup and took a sip.
Then what about you, Henry? That face, the character sprite expression is so fun. Estella almost choked on her tea. Henry was startled and tried to give her a back rub, but she stopped him from doing so. As I've expected, Estella coughed a bit more and elegantly wiped her lips with a handkerchief. Goodness, that startled me. Sorry. Not sorry. Although I figured it would have been obvious that I'd call for Henry's opinion next. I said in an innocent tone. Wow, I'm taking notes. This is how I should be next time I have to do this. I'm certainly contented with our engagement. Couldn't you make it sound more romantic? I like Estella. Oh my god! Did he just successfully confess? Did he? Me witnessing this in real life. Immediately, I turned to Estella. Will I get to see them smooch? Probably not. I know I'm being creepy, but please, let me have this.
Oh, Henry, you are so sweet.
Estella.
And I like you as a friend as well.
Oh, come on. This is way beyond dense. Of course, what more did I expect? Must keep dragging the romance, or else the story would end instantly. At least until an FD is released. I don't know what that means. FD stands for Fandis. These are often after stories, side stories, or bonus content for an existing game. For example, Fandis can contain the dating life of a couple after they got married or got together in the main game. Okay, good to know. Nice. We talked a little bit more about other subjects, like the diamond mine in the north, and the hottest, newly opened cafe in town. Henry would remain quiet for most of our conversation, but he would make short quips every now and then. So, it was mostly Estella and I who ended up talking, but seeing Henry's reactions on the side was quite rewarding on its own. I'm not sure how much time had passed, but while we were talking, one of our butlers interrupted us. I apologize for intruding, but you have a guest, milady. I blinked. How could I have a guest when Estella and Henry were literally my only friends? She forgot about the fiancé. Wait. Unless... It's not Count Brillhart, is it? Oh my god, the roses! You can call me Vicenzo, you know. But he brought roses. How lovely. And just like that, he appeared with a huge bouquet of flowers on hand. I love the look of I like the art style in general. It's really pretty. Estella noticeably gasped, while Henry blinked as I did. You. Calm down. I need to calm down. I took a deep breath. Why did you visit unannounced? As you can see, I'm entertaining some guests at the moment. But Estella looks like she's going to make an exception to this interruption. I forced a smile. I may not be a fan of the etiquette in this world, but I'd use them to my advantage if I could. And one of them was sending an advance notice before making a visit. How do you like them apples? Oh dear. He tilted his head almost innocently. I'm quite certain that I sent you a notice right after we parted ways last time. He paused. Well, by you, I meant your household. The little flowers, oh my gosh. I winced internally. I understood what he was implying. That old man didn't tell me anything. Count von Ambrose deliberately kept Brillhart's letter away from me and sent in a reply himself. He probably figured out that I tried to wiggle my way out of meeting him one way or another. Well, I hate that he was on point with that. Unfortunate circumstances aside, here you are. Huh? He held out the bouquet to me. Huh?
Well, of course, it would be. It would have been for me. Who else was it for? My old man. Nope. But those roses are pretty. I like how they look, like the shading. Henry looks like he's gonna hurt Vicenzo. Estella's having the sparkly eyes. Oh my. Estella covered her mouth with her hands, but she was noticeably enjoying this. Henry probably doesn't realize it, but he was glaring at Brillhart a little. He did mention that he had an inkling about him. That said, why is Brillhart doing this? Sure, just accept them. It doesn't matter, they're just flowers, so I might as well accept them. I forced a smile and took the bouquet off of his hands. Thank you for the present. Anything for my fiancé? I shuddered. Ugh. Glancing at Estella, she's having the time of her life. She's like vicariously living through this interaction right now. Unfortunately, we're seeing two very different scenarios here. To the left, a fun, engaged Estella, like very happy to see what's happening. To the right, Henry looks like he might fight Vicenzo. Well then, please excuse me. I will just bring this over inside. I also need to have a word with my father, so please enjoy the tea and snacks while I'm gone. More like, I need to retreat for a moment. I could accompany you. I should probably greet your father as well anyway. Oh no, you are a guest. So please take your rest here. I'll tell your father about your greeting. I'll tell my father about your greetings. Stay put. So I turned away without letting any of them get any more words in. Henry should be smart enough to know how dangerous it would be if anyone found out Estella's blessing. He'll protect her. Brillhart shouldn't be able to pull anything on her with him around. Oh, is this Eric? Shouldn't you be with Master Vicenzo? Oh, no, it's the other guy. It's a snare guy. Butler. I don't know what voice I'm gonna give this guy now. It's from earlier. He looks like a mess. His hair is too disheveled to be a butler. Oh, well, not my business. There's something I have to take care of inside, so I left him to have tea with the others. Is he your acting valet? For Vicenzo's valet? He's over there if you're searching for him. I pointed at the direction I came from. Even if he's with Brillhart, I don't really have a reason to be rude to the butler. I see. He mulled. I turned around. For now, I should go, and...
I don't understand why he has to go through the trouble with this woman, when he can just end this the easy way.
Ominous. Uh-huh. I felt a cold chill run down my spine. I couldn't mistake that. It's killing intent. Light footsteps slowly approached me. I have to run.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so the voice acting's coming in. This is the first time that I'm hearing Vicenzo. Or, not first time in a while.
I turned around and ran behind Brillhart. Huh. Whoa. His eyes opened to the butler.
Adel, you weren't rude to my fiancé, were you?
Brillhart's voice was cold, almost frighteningly so.
Of course not. Why ever would I frighten the lady?
Lies!
I don't know. I feel like I need to, but then he'll probably try to kill me again. Maybe I'll tell Brillhart later.
In any case, I wish you didn't run off the way.
In any case, I wish you didn't run off the way you did earlier. I came in an inconvenient time, and it was all an unfortunate misunderstanding, so I wouldn't mind returning for another day. Anyway, I just wanted to give you this. He held out an envelope to me. I hope to see you again soon. Okay, bye, Vicenzo. Brilhart gave me a nod before turning around. Come, Edel. It was nice meeting you again, my lady. You are the guy who did the chore for me. Nice, Wait, again? And just like that, he's gone. I like that I got to hear a bit more of the voice acting here. What's the deal with those two? At least I think I can confirm that Brilhart really has no intention of harming me. Is it actually my blessing he's after then? And that Edel guy, he's definitely dangerous. He comes off as that one character who would appear out of nowhere to randomly kill the protagonist for some random bad ends. Edel mentioned that it'd be easier if I were gone. Not his exact words, but that was certainly what he meant. So, killing me would make their job easier, but their boss would prefer to keep me alive. Why? I tried to dig my brain for an answer, but all I could do was produce speculations. What I do know for certain is that this wasn't how Snare operated. Snare is powerful enough to go up against the king himself, so crushing our lowly family would be easy for them. Throughout various routes, they would outright kidnap the protagonist at every chance they could. Eternal Blessing of the Stars had a lot of action and battle scenes. In fact, the protagonist ended up staying at the royal palace after she was successfully kidnapped, not long after her blessing was revealed to everyone. The boss wanted her alive, but they were ruthless toward everyone else. I do remember how they mercilessly killed an NPC that the Crown Prince sent to save Estella during the first kidnapping event. In certain routes, some of the love interests were even killed by Snare. Or, well, the boss, to be more accurate. In any case, I should return to Estella and Henry. They must be worried. Either that, or they're itching for a report from me. Huh. But first, I glanced at the bouquet of flowers that Brilhart had gifted me. Come to think of it, this was the first time anyone had given me flowers like these. Don't fall for this, girl. I've really fallen it. IRL me is falling for it. Why did he even bring these over? They are pretty. Whatever. I probably should get them in a vase or something. My eyes once again wandered over to the bouquet. What was he thinking? I felt heat rising up my cheeks. Why did he have to be so handsome? I covered my face with the flowers and let myself simmer in place for a while. So, that letter that was in the envelope, it was an invitation to dinner at the Brilhart Manor. I'm certain that he handed that invitation in person so that I couldn't deny having received it. And he did it while knowing that there'd be reliable witnesses to his presence on that day. My guests, Estella and Henry. It also dawned on me that he had already known that my old man hadn't handed over his letter from last time, even before he visited. That snake played innocent about crashing our tea party. He knew what he was doing. I keep saying that I shouldn't let my guard down around him, but he just keeps playing me like a puppet. Ugh. 3 days later, 25 days left for our engagement. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here today because that was a lot. Vicenzo is growing on me. Edel scares me. I love Estella and Henry. The old man is terrible, Count von Ambrose, and Brother Eric is fine, but we haven't really seen him this past chapter except right at the beginning. I'm really enjoying Thorn for the Villain. I can't wait to play the full game once it's out, and hear more of the voice acting and such. I also really love the art, as I commented on before. I also really like that there's movement, like the blinking or like the mouth moving when the lines are going, or even like movement, like shifting of characters across the screen to mimic, coming in and out of a scene or a room. That's really nice. These are all like very lovely touches. I love the main character. She's so fun. Like, I love it. Like, I'm having a blast. I love her character, sprite, and general character and everything. So, I'm really enjoying this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another part of Thorn for the Villain, reincarnated as an extra in an Otome game soon. Have a good rest of your day. Bye!